liberal women make both of these claims. They say they want men to be more emotionally vulnerable, but also they're exhausted by men who are emotionally vulnerable. How could both be true? How could that be? Well, they aren't both true.
What's going on, you guys? Matt Walsh is wanting to run the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Emma Vigeland is calling him out like the little boy he is. Let's get into it.
What I want to do is respond to the comment from Taylor and other women saying similar things. And so I'm just playing the video as the setup for the comments because we need to know what she's responding to. And I feel like I have to respond to it because it was just yesterday that we talked on this show about the newly minted term called man-keeping, which is a word that liberal women came up with to describe their frustration with men who rely on them for emotional support and burden them with emotional labor, as they call it. Unpaid emotional labor, if you can believe it. And here's the problem. It's the same women who complain about man-keeping who also say that they want men to cry and open up more. These are the same women, the same people who make both claims. Yeah. In both cases, these are things that liberal feminist women say.
Matt Walsh. Haven't heard from him in a while. I guess he might be one of those right-wingers that's on vacation, or maybe not.
He's in this weird spot where he works for Ben Shapiro but feels about Jews the way Candace Owens does.
Mm-hmm. Right. He's probably wondering, like, God, I wish I could have had some sort of open confrontation with him that would have launched me out of the Daily Wire, which is failing now.
He frankly doesn't have the cojones for that.
Right. He's a little bitch.
Can't go up against Daddy Ben.
Everything he believes is in power right now, so he's the most useless microphone in the world.
Yeah.
Right, right. And
on X, including some women like Taylor here, who will put up on. Now, a number of people
and said he's from Australia, and video of the Nebraska Cornhuskers punter crying. He's from Australia. He just played a video of
to talk about femininity and masculinity.
So a little setup is he just played a video of the Nebraska Cornhuskers punter crying. He's from Australia, and they asked him if he missed his family, and he cried and said he missed his family. And a lot of women reacted positively on Twitter to seeing a macho football player, granted a punter.
Who's hot.
Oh, it was a punter, yeah.
I know.
And he has an accent, so that works on women in America for sure.
And Matt Walsh thinks that that positive attention from women is a trap.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, he's been avoiding those traps.
Now, a number of people reacted to this on X, including some women like Taylor here, who will put up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, I bet she will.
Wish men understood how attractive it is when they can feel and openly show their emotions instead of acting like a sociopathic brick wall. And that comment has 4 million views, thousands of likes. A bunch of women are echoing that sentiment, that idea that they find it attractive when men cry like Archie did in the video. Now, I just want to be clear. I'm not going to give Archie a hard time. I'm not making fun of the kid. He loves his family. He misses them. It's good. I mean, it's good that you love and miss your family and you're close to them. So I'm not picking on him at all, just to be clear. What I want to do
Can you pause this for a sec?
This is the news?
This is the news. Like, does he ever? I mean, I feel horribly when we don't get a headline in of like that story about Trump targeting that Fed official. It's like, I have a million headlines about this administration doing horrific things. Ugh, tough call, but I got to leave it out or the show's going to be too long.
Oh, we forgot to mention that strike.
The news is overwhelming right now. We can't even get our hands on it. And this guy is like taking long pauses to think really hard about what he wants to say about this probably teenage football player missing his family and the women reacting to it on Twitter.
Because this is how lazy this sort of programming is.
Yeah.
It's what went viral and how can we make a conservative pitch about that? And it's like, you see Tim Pool do this too. It's like, you haven't worked out what your take is yet.
Right. They go into this stuff cold. They're actors.
Easy money. Although this only has 35,000 views, so it's not like
it's this morning though.
Yeah.
Give
I'm
him a
not picking
chance,
on
man.
him at all, just to be clear. Miss your family and you're close to them. So I'm not picking on him at all, just to be clear. What I want to do is respond
women.
to the comment from Taylor and other women saying similar things. And so I'm just playing the video as the setup for the comments because we need to know what she's responding to. And I feel like I have to
Tightrope.
respond to it because it was just yesterday that we talked on this show about the newly minted term called man-keeping, which is a word that liberal women came up with to describe their frustration with men who rely on them for emotional support and burden them with emotional labor, as they call it. Unpaid emotional labor, if you can believe it. And here's the problem. It's the same women who complain about man-keeping who also say that they want men to cry and open up more. These are the same women, the same people who make both claims.
Yeah.
In both cases,
No
these are
contradiction.
All right,
liberal
here we
feminist
go.
women say.
The nerve of this guy. I mean, how could you be so freaking clueless? I guess whenever your head gets that big, you can't connect with anyone else besides your little boys club.
Okay, so he has no evidence that the women that were supportive of this guy crying and showing his emotions are the same women that have critiques about men emotionally dumping on them. So, okay, we'll just put that out there. But those are not contradictory.
No.
It's about healthy emotional self-expression.
Yeah.
The conversations about like men not having intimate enough relationships with men in their lives to have open and honest emotional conversations so that the only way certain men feel safe is to express their emotions to their partner and treat them like a therapist is also a critique of unhealthy masculinity. Because what this idiot can't understand is that what is embedded in the critique of, I don't know what the phrase is. What is it?
Man-keeping?
Man, okay, sure. I've never heard it, but I know that this is a very real thing. My best friend's a therapist. Also, just like you know this from existing in society, that men have a harder time expressing their emotions. And sometimes they put too much emotional labor on their wives or their girlfriends because they don't have other outlets to do that. They could go to therapy to do that. They could have other friends to have conversations with, right? So that's
Yeah,
what the
presumably the
critique is.
punter who's in touch with his emotions wouldn't be the type of guy who's creating all these
Yes.
external toxic sort of byproducts because he's unable to deal with and process with his emotions.
Exactly. The subject of this kind of critique of that level of masculinity would be like a guy like Matt Walsh, who pretends he doesn't cry, pretends he doesn't have emotions, pretends it's for pussies, and then goes home and takes it out on his wife. Now, it doesn't need to be a violent taking out of your emotions on your wife. It can just be like, your wife has her own internal life and her own issues and her own stresses, and she doesn't have the capacity to also take on yours. That's what the feminist critique of this is, and it's about encouraging men to express themselves more in more healthy ways so that their partners don't have to bear the emotional burden.
Also,
Emma Vigeland's completely right with this. They have guys like Matt Walsh, guys like Steven Crowder. They don't know what they don't know. They're out here cursing out their pregnant wives like the scumbags they really are.
There's no contradiction there. Liberal women make both of these claims. They say they want men to be more emotionally vulnerable, but also they're exhausted
Open.
by men who are emotionally vulnerable. How could both be true? How could that be? Well, they aren't both true.
Here we go.
It's
Listen
a
up,
trap.
Emma.
All right.
And it's unfair. You know, it's unfair to guys, especially young guys who are trying to figure all this out.
Actually, listen to
The
this,
age-old
Matt.
question of what do women want, which has not always been the easiest thing for men to answer. It's never been harder than it is now, because now you
people are
have this
listening
kind of
to you.
messaging. One day it's like all the women on social media are saying, "Yeah, we want men to cry." The very next day it's the man keeping. We don't want to keep your emotions to yourself. Well, it's like, which is it? So.
So
also,
lost.
you know what's funny? I'm reading about man keeping. It's some psychologist or whatever. Acting as the primary source of emotional support. So basically, it's putting it all on a woman.
Yeah.
The guy was doing it publicly.
Yes.
Putting it on the entirety of the sports watching
Yep.
public.
Right.
Processing his emotions that way, not saying like putting up a stoic face saying we got to just do our best and look, I don't really think about my family, I just think about winning the game, or whatever Matt Walsh would have, and then going back and taking out all of the stuff he was keeping boiled up and putting it onto one single woman.
Yes.
And this is the thing is, if you're a young man, you are being led into a cul-de-sac of loneliness by this dumb shit, because he is strictly confusing you. Like, he's not this stupid. Maybe he is. Actually, I think I retract that statement. He is just making this shit up as he goes. But he's doing it for some sort of posture that is actually toxic. It's actually bad if you want to have healthy relationships to listen to him.
It is, because he's calling it a trap. I mean, the headline calls it a trap. Like, you're trying to... This woman tweeting is trying to trick you into showing emotions. So you better keep it all bottled up. Don't show it publicly. Don't even show it privately. I mean...
So there we have it, you guys. We have Matt Walsh wanting to dunk on women, all women, really, not just liberal women. He is also wanting to take the voices of conservative women and not even give them a freaking chance. Emma Vigeland fighting the good fight. We all have to fight the good fight. If you're a dude, go to therapy. Stop being such a little baby. Let's get into it. Y'all have a good day.